is your job title and responsibilities?
Yeah, job title. So technically, I'm the CEO and founder of a firm where we buy businesses, or we grow businesses, or we partner with businesses to grow. So my responsibilities are really, really fun. Every day I meet with entrepreneurs and I basically strategize with them to get the best out of them. So I'm here to make sure that they can do their best. I'll also build business plans for them so they know how to get to 1 million, get to 10 million, get to 50 million, so they know how to get there. And then my biggest strength, which is what I do for these people, is build teams. So I'll find people that are really, really good at what they do, and I'll put them into businesses, pay them well, and that's what I do. So that's my job title and my responsibilities. It's really fun.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So what is your biggest failure as a leader, and what did you learn?
Oh, biggest failure. I remember how betrayed my team was and how badly I hurt them. I remember the look in their eyes, and I remember I'll never do that again. So I was actually working for Northwest University, and we were on tour, recruiting tour and like a worship tour, playing music. But our goal was to recruit new students to the school, right? And my job, I was to co-captain this team with a lovely young woman. Her name is Gina. And our job was to be kind of the moral backbone of the team, kind of drive results and make sure everyone was doing their job well and be fun, be happy, right? And I remember I was telling the team all the time, we have to be ethical, and you have to work hard, and you have to be honest with each other. And while we were on this tour, I was actually living a totally different lifestyle on the side, not being honest with the team. And some inappropriate things that I was doing actually got leaked in our team's group message, which was really bad. And I remember looking at Gina, and she was so hurt because I was supposed to support her, and I totally messed up. I remember the team being so betrayed by what I did because they said, Josh, you told us you were this person. And it ruined the team's dynamic, right? So I remember thinking, I will never, ever do that again as a leader because leadership is sacred. Now, the team did fine because Gina's amazing, and the team recovered, but the team wasn't the same. And it was in that moment I realized I have to grow up. I can't be a boy anymore. I have to be a man. And a leader, you can't just say good things. You can't even just believe good things. You have to do what you say because leadership is sacred. And that's how I run my businesses now, where I realize, if I'm going to say I'm a leader, I have to do what I say I'm going to do. So that was my biggest failure, and I learned a lot from it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So is making money and getting rich your motivation?
Ooh, I'd say making money is a motivation for me, but it's not the motivator. And the reason why is, as an entrepreneur, if that's all you're focused on, money is going to go away, right? So also, what happens when you make the money? You may stop because you got there. For me, my focus is impact, influence, building systems, and the process. Because when we focus, the entrepreneurs I work with, we focus on the process and the systems and making an impact and solving problems, we actually make a lot more money. So money is a motivator, but it's not the motivator for me because it's just a tool to measure how effective am I at solving problems. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, good question.
Why is physical and mental health crucial for entrepreneurs, and how do you maintain?
Yeah, so as an entrepreneur, you are a system. You're an operating system. And if you're the leader of a company or a business, how you act and how you maintain yourself is a reflection of how the business will grow. So for me, I think mental health is most important, right? And so is physical health. So what I do with my entrepreneurs and the founders I work with is we're on strict discipline. Now, I'm not going to make them do something, but I say, if you take care of yourself, are you reading? Are you going to therapy, right? Do you understand what hurts you and how you react? Are you becoming a better person? And then are you taking care of yourself? Are you drinking water? Are you sleeping? Are you working out at least 3-4 times a week? I do this myself, so I want to lead by example. And the entrepreneurs I work with, they succeed because they take care of their operating system. And they lead by example. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's really good.
Good.
So is a business partnership like dating?
Oh, business partnership is a lot like dating because it's miscommunication ruins more relationships than anything else. So in business, every single week, I need to check in with everyone on my team. How am I doing? Just like in a relationship, right, where I'd ask you, am I loving you well this week? Do you feel taken care of by me? So that way, resentment doesn't build up. Because when we partner in business, we're in it for the long haul, right? So I need to know every week, am I doing my job and are you doing yours? I also think, just like relationships, it requires a lot of honesty. Where we have to say, where are my weaknesses and I need your help? Or where are your weaknesses? You need my help. So just like a relationship, it takes communication. So yeah, it's very similar.
Do you see anyone now?
Am I seeing anyone now? In business? Yes. For relationships? No, I'm not seeing anyone right now. But in both, I look for something very specific. I look for a real partner. Yeah, good question.
That's good. So, how do you handle conflicts in business and relationships?
Ooh, handling conflict, that happens a lot, right? And the first thing that a lot of people do is try and be right. That's the last thing I want to do. So I always start with a baseline of we are on the same team and I hear you and your opinion is very valid. So instead of conflict, it's what's the problem, and you and me, we're going to solve the problem together. It's not you versus me, it's you and me versus the problem, and let's attack that together. So that's how I handle conflict, and always de-escalate, because I want you to believe I have your best interest in mind, just like a relationship, right? It's us. We'll do this together.
Oh, that's really good.
Good.
So, what is the best negotiation tactics?
Yeah, good question. Well, the first way is to ask good questions, right? So negotiation, I'm not just going to pitch myself. I'm going to ask, I genuinely want to understand, what is it that you want, right? What is a win to you? How can we work together? So I'm going to ask questions because I want them to tell me everything they want. And the second thing is finding a win-win. Okay, so I'm not rolling into a negotiation to just dominate you, right? Or to just win, right? It's how can we both win from this? How can you use what I have to further your vision, right? And the final thing is remembering that you oftentimes have to compromise, just like in relationships. And sometimes compromise means not everyone leaves happy, right? Because both of us have to give. But to get something, we both have to give equally. And we're both going to be thrilled with the result. So that's my negotiation tactics. Yeah, good question.
Okay. How do you manage your time as the owner of multiple businesses?
Yeah, good question. It's hard because even just one business is a lot. So how I manage my time running over 12 businesses is I'm very disciplined and I have systems in place. So I sleep 8 hours a day, but that means I'm awake for 16 hours. And I use every single one of those 16 hours. I get up at the same time every day. I work out at the same time every day. But more importantly, I do focus work. So a lot of people say that they work 8 hours a day, but they have their laptops open with 15 things open. They have music playing, and they have Instagram, and then they go up and eat food, right? So for me, did they really work 8 hours? Not really. For me, I do focus work. So I sit down for 50 minutes, I turn everything off, and I just get it done. And then I take a 10-minute break. And then again, 50 minutes, 10-minute break. And usually I can get more done in 1 hour than most people get done in 4 hours. So that's how I manage so many businesses, and I teach my entrepreneurs the same thing when they build their business.
How did you learn that?
The hard way, because I was very distracted in college. And I realized focusing for 50 minutes at a time and then taking a break, I get more work done. And I had to, because we're running multiple businesses and handling millions of dollars. One mistake, or if I'm late, it can be big consequences. So I have to be very disciplined. And it actually works. I feel a lot happier now. I'm not stressed.
So you usually do everything ahead?
I try to. Yep, I plan my whole week in advance. I plan my whole day in advance. I plan my whole month in advance. And so every day I know exactly what I have to do. And I say, what are the 3 things I need to focus on today?
What business do you currently have in your portfolio?
Yeah, what businesses? A lot. I have a lot. So I have like a marketing agency right now, and I have a media company, production company. I have a sales management agency and a management agency. I also have a painting company. Now we're working with sushi and food. We do hotels, and we also do casinos, and we also have a warehouse. And then we do some restaurants, but I try to stay away from those. We have a dog training business and a dog hotel. So basically, I'm trying to build businesses in a lot of different sectors, but that can use similar systems, right? So similar ways to grow. And I was strategic because I have marketing, sales, and branding for all those businesses. So that's the ones I have right now. And I'm going to expand nationwide with all of them.
Okay. What are you building right now for entrepreneurs and leaders?
Oh, super cool what I'm building. So I'm building probably the most valuable network of leaders and entrepreneurs and visionaries that I could ever find. I want to build it myself. Where basically we have many millionaires and 6-figure earners together sharing resources, sharing strategies, maybe even partnering up and even sharing clients. And I want to build that network so we can grow together. I'm hosting a 3-day event, like a conference. First one's going to be this fall. And I want to have it every quarter, where for 3 days we have multimillionaire speakers coming in and telling how to run businesses. For 3 days we're collaborating together, all of us, thinking about how to grow. And on the 3rd day, entrepreneurs, kind of like Shark Tank, can pitch themselves to me and my team, and we may invest in them, or we'll partner with them, or we'll consult with them. So the worst case scenario is we're going to teach them how to grow. I want to do this every quarter and every year. I want this to be the best investment that entrepreneurs can make, is investing in this network.
Okay. What is your hot take?
Okay. I didn't prepare for this, so it's just going to come out. It's not your fault. Whatever you've been through, It's not your fault. But it is your responsibility to find a way to heal and move on. Gentlemen, I'm speaking to the fellas here. It's okay to be weak. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be broken and down. But it's not okay to stay there. So let's get up and get well together. Women, ladies, it's okay to be ambitious. It's okay to want things and go get them. If you're a queen, say it with your chest. It's also okay to be soft, to want to be led. Those two things don't have to conflict. That's okay. My other hot take is I think we need more healed leaders, more people go into therapy. Right? I deal with entrepreneurs all the time. We need to handle our emotions and our brokenness because we can't lead people if we can't even master ourselves. So have the courage to look your darkness in the eye and conquer that before asking someone to lead. This hot take is probably going to rub people the wrong way, but that's okay because I'm saying it with love. I want us to be better as a species. I want more leaders to rise up and say we can be better. So if you're hearing this and you resonate with this, know that I believe in you. Okay, you're safe with me. Okay, it's okay. You're loved here. But get up and do the work, and let's be better. That's my hot take.
So how did you become a good leader?
By being a bad one. I had to learn. So I was a sales manager for a while, and I had a lot of success in sales. So I thought, let me just push everyone to be just like me, and we'll make millions of dollars, because I generated millions of dollars. And I realized that's not good leadership, because I was trying to, the term is push like a square peg through a round hole. I was trying to force people to be just like me. And I realized I burnt people out. I didn't push them too hard. I pushed them the wrong way. So I learned as a leader that the best way to get results is to really find, look, you're here for a reason, so what are your strengths? How can I serve you instead of making you serve me? So I learned how to serve, and in that way, we got better results. So I learned that everyone's different. I will always push people to be their best, and we're going to work very hard. But I want you to do it in a way that suits you. And how can I support you? So I learned by being a bad sales manager, and now I lead companies a different way.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
What are your core principles?
Oh, core principles. One is do things right. There is a right way and a wrong way to do things, and I stand by that. There has to be a standard. So I always say maintain high standards and take time to do it the right way rather than rushing just to get rich quick. Do things the right way. Second core principle is build ethical business. I will never, ever come close to the line. And I still think, contrary to popular opinion, you can make billions of dollars without being unethical because I build it the right way. And the third core principle is in my team, in my company, everybody eats. I will personally take a pay cut so that more of my people can have more because I know if you're taken care of, we're going to build a long time together. Those are my core principles, and I stand by them in every company I build.
That's good.
Thank you.
So what are your thoughts on the term high-value man?
High-value man? I think that it means something different than most people think it means. I think high-value man has nothing to do with how much money you make and has nothing to do with being this big alpha guy, because if you have to say it, you're probably not him. I think high-value man has everything to do with character. Are you healed? Do you understand what drives you? Can you lead people? Can you serve people? Can you make people feel safe? Because to me, the alpha is in the back, making sure everyone is eaten first, right? Everyone's safe and protected. Right? The alpha eats last. So high-value man has nothing to do with being this big, strong, loudest guy in the room. It has nothing to do with being rich. It's about, are you a servant? For me, do women feel safe around me? Do they feel protected? Do they feel like they don't have to do everything? I don't have to prove myself. So it takes a lot of healing. It takes a lot of learning and growing. And I think every entrepreneur should be a high-value person, right? Be a good leader. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. Good.
So what is it like to work for you?
What's it like to work for me? Oh, it's so bad. It's hard. Just kidding. No, we have a lot of fun. So my first thing I like is I want to put you in a position where you're going to have fun. You're going to love what you do. And the second thing is it's okay to make mistakes. Just like when I play basketball with entrepreneurs, I tell them, it's okay to miss a shot, just don't take a bad shot. Right? As long as you're willing to be honest and come forward, and we'll work together to fix it. So working for me should be fun, and working for me, you should have a plan to get to your end goal. You shouldn't just be working for the sake of working. Also, I pay my people 10% more than anyone else. So there's that too.
That's a good thing.
So yeah, if you want to work for me, let's have fun. Let's build something cool.
Okay, that's good.
Well, you want a job?
Yes. Can you hire me?
You're hired.
So what is your vision for your networking group and events?
You know my vision? Oh, so my vision is I want to have the most valuable investment that entrepreneurs can make, which is their network. I want hundreds and thousands of us, nationwide and globally, connecting through this network saying, how does anyone need help today? How can we partner together? I want to have these events every quarter. You know, these 3-day live conferences where we're speaking and building people up and investing in businesses. And I want this to be a strength in numbers thing where anyone that's part of my lion's den, is what I'm going to call it, anyone that's part of this inner circle, no matter where you are in the world, we're going to be there to support you and support each other. So I could be in California, I could be in Italy, but I could call someone from a lion's den and say, can I have a place to stay? Because we're going to do business together. So that's my vision for it. It's going to be really fun. Yeah.